With us. Keep it here. Coming next on Living Dayton, we are cooking in the Lifestyles Kitchen with Mark from the deli at the top of the market. Bacon Fest is days away, but we kick it off here first on Living Dayton.
And business contributor Gery, there he is. He's live in the Stafford Jewelers Diamond Room. He'll show you how the old traveling medicine shows could be a big help when advertising. More later. All right, guys. Many modern advertising techniques can actually be traced back to the days of the traveling medicine show. I'm joined with business guru Gery. Gery, we love this guy, and he's here to tell us how we can apply these age-old methods to make marketing and our advertising more effective. So we're keeping it corny.
We're keeping it corny. That's what most local ads are. It's just way too corny.
Way too corny. So since you had the corn, and since we just talked about the Fairborn Sweet Corn Festival,
great festival.
How would we apply these traveling medicine show tactics? Let's say, give us an example. If you were marketing for the Fairborn Sweet Corn Festival, how would you pair those elements together to create a perfect advertising?
Generally, elements of advertising are basically two things. It's entertainment with a message.
Okay.
It's really that simple.
So Colonel Shucks was perfect.
He was
for the
great.
Fairborn.
I think Sean was probably a better part of that than Colonel Shucks was, but it took the pair of them to make it really fun. But that draws people in and get them to stay there long enough to listen to your message, and we've lost focus with that.
Right. Well, they don't call you the business guru for nothing. You've worked with a wide array of clients, from folks, with small businesses, roofing businesses, to authors, so you certainly know what works and what doesn't work.
Right.
I would assume you're talking about national advertisements.
Well, no, not necessarily. National advertisements are where we should be looking for our example, because national ads are doing it right. They're using these medicine show techniques, which is they came into the town and they did a great little performance for you, and they sold their elixirs. There's my friend Dan Barth, who's had this for 40-some years. He would come in, tell the story, sell the elixir, and he got a third of the audience to buy the elixirs back in those days. Now, this is between 1850 and around 1940, but he's reproducing this in a historical way and showing us this is what we see every 8 minutes on television, the really big ads. But local guys have gotten away from that.
Right.
We spend too much time telling everybody how great we are and not really talking about something that makes it more interesting and more entertaining to hold the audience long enough.
Right, so it's almost too local.
Almost too local, yeah, and there's no reason not to do it that way. You can do it. Some people think, well, I've got to tell them all about me, or I'm the owner of the business, I got to be out here. Hey, you know what, if I got somebody who's better who can come out and entertain someone, I'd rather see that.
Right.
It would hold me a little bit longer. But there's some key points that we can follow for that.
Right, so Gery, we have less than 45 seconds. Obviously, it's all about cost effectiveness.
Yes.
You don't have the national budget, so you're trying to do the best you can locally. How can we, or give us some quick points that we can be effective but not break the bank?
It's really easy. Tell an interesting story that sets up your problem, provide the solution in your product or service, and don't try for credibility in an ad, because you're not going to get it. It's just an advertisement. Draw them in, get them to listen for a minute, and then take it from there.
Perfect. Gery, obviously there will be more tips up on your website.
There will be, yes.
You're staying busy.
We're staying busy. We want to be busier, though. Just like everybody.
Just like everybody else. So Gery, thank you so much for coming and sharing.
Thanks.
And thanks for giving us some great tips, and the folks at the Fairborn
Sweet Corn
Festival who are doing a great job.
It's going to be fun.
Thanks, Gery. All right, guys, get ready to mark those calendars, the dates for the next